Okay, Mike, and I'm out at the field. It's not a very good day to fly, and so I'm not going to fly the new plane that you got me. But I did get it all set up. The transmitter's ready to go, flaps work, ailerons, everything works. And I'm going to I'm just going to taxi it in. And as you can see, the windsock out there, if you can see it, is almost blowing straight out every now and then, and there's a few drops of rain. But anyhow, here she comes, a little bit at a time. I certainly don't want to take off. Here she comes. And I'm actually taxiing straight into the wind, because if I get sideways of it, the wind will tip it over on its side. It is a cool plane. And I'm going very slow because I certainly don't want to get away from me and get into these fences here. Okay, now I'm going to walk over and I'll show you how everything's working. Kind of hard to film or not film, but video and talk and work the transmitter all at the same time. It's like trying to chew chewing gum and eat some mashed potatoes and steak all at the same time. Okay, I'm behind it now. The switch that's right in the center of the screen now controls the flaps, and so I'm going to move it to the down, try to keep the camera on it. Okay, going to the down position, up position, I'm sorry. There's the down, full down for takeoff. And I don't know what you would use full up for. I guess just to bring it down, slow it. Yeah, the low slows it down upon landing. I don't know what I'll have to get used to it. Now that's the flaps, and there's ailerons, aileron left, aileron right, and up elevator, down elevator, left rudder, right rudder. And as you can see, there's a small wheel. There's a small wheel. I don't know if you can see that or not. Small wheel down there attached to the rudder. So that's how it turns. And God, does it ever have the power. And it's let's see, I've got it calls for I think it's a 2200 3-cell. Or, may have to take that back. I'm going to turn the turn the plane over and unplug the batteries. I'll show you how that's done. Got lights, red lights out on the left edge. Got green over here. Got a red light top side, and there's also, I think, a red light bottom side. Yeah, back by the tail. And there's also 2 landing lights up front here. Now, they are LEDs, and I imagine there's, oh good Lord, yes, they're bright. They are bright. My God, they're bright. Okay, I'm going to turn it over. Pretty simple to get to the batteries. Just push this button right here, lid comes off. Okay, it's a 2200 3-cell. I'd kind of forgotten. So I'm going to lay the phone down while I disconnect the batteries. Not batteries, battery. And what I'm doing is just tucking the cables, the connection cables, down to the side, because when I get home I'll take the battery actually out of it. But that's back together, and got a neat it's got a very neat landing gear, as you can see. it's connected. The springs are connected right here in the center, so you got wire this way out here and same over there, so that when you land, I can see how they I don't know if I'm in, if you're seeing that or not. Oop, the prop's in the way. Yeah, see how this, if you land a little hard, how this spring works. So shouldn't ever have a broken landing gear or a bent one, like on planes that have static gears. Now, some of the older planes that I've got, whenever the rudder back here gets into an off funny position, these servos, you can just turn them. It doesn't hurt the servo or anything. It's almost like it's air controlled. Anyhow, I really, really love the plane, and I'd fly today were it not for the wind. But as you can see, the wind sockets, it goes back up again. So anyhow, I do appreciate it very, very, very much. It's going to be a real fun plane to fly. And you see those honking big wheels on it? Those are 3 inches at least, maybe 3.5. And it should take off. With a wind like this, it probably would take off I'll bet you it would take off in 6 feet maximum. Because as soon as you hit the power, it is so powerful. Well, look at the size of the prop. That's a good, that looks pretty close to a foot to me. Well, my shoe is about a foot long. My shoe's about a foot long. It's probably, that's a good foot prop. That's a good 12-inch prop. And boy, is it covered. Look at this. Look at the cut on that. I mean it. And the engine, the motor, engine has pistons. This doesn't. I don't know if you can see it in there. Yeah, you can't. But the core itself is probably good inch and 1/8 or 1.25 inches. I mean, it's got a honking engine in it. So it is going to be fantastically fun to fly. Looking forward to it. But also a nice day with we've had some really great evenings up here. 2 nights ago was fantastic. No wind, blue skies, nothing but big puffy clouds. It was great. Anyhow, I hope you guys are doing great, and thanks again for the plane. And what I'm going to try to do is set up my Nikon camera, maybe down, well, depending on the wind. If the wind's coming from the north, then I'll set the camera up here, and of course I'll be down here south taking off to the north, and so I should get to take off, and then every pass that I make, if we're taking off to the north, we always go counterclockwise. If we take off to the south, then we do, if we take off to the north, we do clockwise, and if we take off to the south, we do counterclockwise. So just depends which way the wind's blowing, and I'll set the camera one end or the other, and should get some good shots. And I'll probably do some practice before I actually make that video, because I would like to see if I can maybe fly. I'm going to see how low I can fly over the field, a low pass, as opposed to being way up in the air. So anyhow, okay, I'm going to sign off for now. Oh, by the way, you didn't know it, but I got my pool cue out that is about 60 years old, and I've started shooting pool over at Cozy for about the last 3.5 weeks, and I am getting much, much better. The rust is falling off. Having a good time with it, and I'm just fine, feeling good, happy. I told Debbie the other day, I said I feel guilty about feeling so good and happy with everything the way it's going now. And she said, no, Dad, don't feel that way. She didn't say Dad, she said Daddy. You know, don't feel that way, because if the tables were reversed and you were the one that was passed, you would not want Junie to be moping around the house and, oh, woe is me, and thinking about what am I going to do now. You'd want her to get out and about. I mean, meet new people, which is what I've done. Matter of fact, I joined a group out at the airport. It's called Propeller, and I don't know if I told you this or not, but I pay $40 a month to join, $40 every month, and I can do anything that I want out there, build anything I want. If I want to learn how to TIG weld, MIG weld, do regular welding, learn the 3D engraving machines in the wood shop, metal shop, doesn't make any difference what I want to do. There's someone out there or people that will show me how to get started. I actually learned some codes on 3D printing with the filament line. G codes, and I can't remember what the other one was. I think an M code. Anyhow, and for instance, you go in, if you want the filament to come out, and filament, is that what it's called? Anyhow, it's a very fine product that makes the image of whatever you're trying to do. But anyhow, I think it's called film. Anyhow, you go in and set one little code, and maybe you want the nozzle, in this particular case, you want it to be 190 degrees versus, say, 160. So you go in and find this code that represents nozzle extrusion temperature, and you just set it to whatever you want. And so when the filament line goes through there, it gets heated to that temperature, and it's either, like, maybe you want it to be thick, or maybe you want it to be thin and for a more polished look, I suppose. I don't really know that. But anyhow, one guy wanted to build, he just said, I want to build a pulse jet motor, and which he did. And it was on display and running on their open house May 23rd. And what my project is, and I haven't gotten back to it, I got partially started, but I noticed all the members at this open house, they didn't have name tags. And nobody knows who's who. Me, a newbie, I didn't know. I know a few people, but I don't know probably a tenth of them. But anyhow, oh, this transmitter's talking to me because I haven't touched it for a while, so it says it's idle. I should have turned it off. Okay, it's off now. What was I saying? Oh, the name tags. So anyhow, my project is, and I've said I want to make name tags for all the members of the club, and for new members that it's not a club, it's a group of people that do anything they want. Anyhow, I'm going to make name tags, and I've already ordered brooch pins, 2-inch brooch pins. Mateo and myself decided that brooch pins was the best way to go, because what we'll do then is we're thinking right now, it's to get some thin wood material from some hobby shop, and we'll 3D printer engrave the name and anything else on each name tag. And it could be I joined Propeller to make things, or something a little more quirky than that. But anyhow, that's just an example. And for instance, say that my mom and dad's 49 Chevrolet, if I knew about engines, and I still had that car was still available today, and let's say I tore the engine down and I wanted to take 5-10 thousandths off of the top of all the pistons, I could go to somebody here in town and have it done for $600,000-$800,000, or I could take those 6 pistons into Propeller, the group, and people there will show me how to do it, and they got the equipment to do it. So I mean, all kinds of stuff. Like I told you, the guy built the pulse jet engine for Eclipse Day out at the airport. They had a medieval section, and these guys built a trebuchet, and they were throwing great big. It's probably 10 foot tall, 12 12, 13, 14 feet long. Great big arm on it. And they used it to sling t-shirts out to the crowd. So, and why did they do it? Because they wanted to and they could. That's the only reason. It's just a fun group of guys, and I've got that, and now I got the pool. I've joined the American Legion also, and I'm going to try to be, I'm going to the July 1st meeting, and I was told to go there because I want to be, it's called a veteran, it's the Veterans Court, and Judge Walton, it starts with a W, I can't remember. Anyhow, some judge here in the circuit court takes care. He's the one where all the veterans come through with their problems. Maybe they got in trouble with drugs. Maybe they beat somebody up. Maybe they got drunk and broke a window, any kind of stuff like that. And I am going to volunteer to be a mentor to these people or person. And nothing more, if it's nothing more than just take the guy out to lunch, buy him a beer, have a soda, eat an ice cream cone, talk to him, and let him know that that his life has value, and he should really feel that way. And I'll try to get the individual into a better plane so he can exist, I guess you might say, in society better. But anyhow, I've decided that I'm calling my 85th birthday my 17th pit stop. It's like NASCAR. And I plan on having at least 3 more pit stops. That would be at 90, 95, and 100. So that's my goal, to go to 100. But God, one thing, I would hate to outlive Lily, because I think if she passes away, I think it would be, I don't know. Well, I'd handle it somehow, but my God, she's just a cute little dog. Matter of fact, she was a little hot. I got her out here at the field with me today, and I saw her panting quite a bit, so I put her in the car, turned the air conditioning on low, and I'm sure she's probably in the car asleep. Or I don't know, she's leading, so I'll let you see her and then I'll hang up. This has been, gosh, we're up to 17 minutes. Maybe you can, I hope you maybe set it aside and watch it in 2 or 3 parts. Hang on a second. Oh, I see her little head. She's peeking up. She sees me. Hi, there she is. There's little Lily. There's little Lily. Say hi to Mikey. Say hi to Mike and Ann. Hi. Hi, say hi. Say hi. Say hi. I know Ann would love to see you. Oh, look at here. Oh, yes. Look at that little tail. God, if it was a helicopter blade, she'd be flying. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's so excited. Oh, I'm going to take, and I know what she's getting ready for. It's 5 till 6, and it's her dinner time. So she's ready to eat. So I'm going to take this little girl back home. Let her mommy feed her, yes. Okay, I'll see you guys. Thank. She'd like to come through the phone and let you pet her. Okay, I'm going to stop this at 18. That's for you, Ann. Oh, and that's for you, Mikey. Oh, yeah. Oh, I want food. Yes, give me food. Okay. See you later, guys. Thank you again for the plane. It's a wonderful, wonderful gift. Bye.